So yeah, I never really thought about playing solo, because for me music was always like something about a community, and you're a band and you try to create also something together. Playing solo was more for me to be in my room practicing, and I think you spend so much time with that then it's really cool if you can go out and play with people. Then I got the invitation by Ramin Sadigi, who has a wonderful festival in Tehran, and I was asked to play solo there, and I thought like maybe I should accept the challenge because I never looked for it myself. It was somehow fun to collect all these different ideas that somehow like over all these years came up, and I tried to make like this mix with all that different stuff, a lot of circle breathing, a lot of slap technique going on the clarinet, and to like just to put this in a whole dramaturgy that would work for like 30 minutes or 40 minutes. And I played this set in Tehran, and actually it was so much fun to do it that I thought like, yeah, I have to document that. And then the question was where to document it, because somehow I thought it's kind of boring to go to a studio and just to record it there, and maybe it would also be very lonely to do this. So I was looking for a place where I could play also with the room, because if you play solo you don't have anybody to play with except yourself, so I was looking for a room I could play with. And then I remembered a bridge, like the MON bridge. I just love the sound in there, like the bass clarinet. I think I've never heard a better sounding room for the bass clarinet than this bridge. And it's also quite impressive. It's this huge hallway that never ends, like 300 meters long. A really strange place. And then you always also hear the cars passing by, but just as you also hear in the recording, they're not loud, but you can hear it. It's more like the ocean a bit, and then sometimes a truck comes in and there is like this, and like it gave me the chance to play with these sounds as well. I'd also like to mention the crew I was working with during this session in the bridge. They're a really close group of friends of mine somehow. There for the sound, it was Toby Stritt, who is also doing sound for Ronin. I know him since years and we've been on the road a lot. The same goes for Daniel Eaton, who was doing the lights and some camera work as well. I've been with them practically everywhere on this planet, and it was so fun to also be in this bridge with them. And then to do the filming, I invited a close friend of mine from Moldova, Max Jorba. I did a wonderful documentary with him. It's called 100 Risings. When we did the recording in the bridge, in the MON bridge in my hometown Bern, it was freezing cold. I somehow picked the dates in February, and like the weather was totally changing and it was -degrees outside. So you can imagine that it was really, really cold in that tunnel. You also sometimes see it on the video. You see my breath, and like it was freezing cold, and we had to buy like some warming pads and put them everywhere on the body. And my clarinet was also going crazy in a way, like some things didn't work as they were supposed to, and I also had to work with that a bit. That was quite the challenge in a way. So I mean, it's a live recording, and also because of the cold and everything, there were also a couple of small mistakes, but they're still in there just to keep that feeling of the bridge and this continuum going on. I also wanted to show that it wasn't like a studio situation, a totally normal studio situation, but it was kind of a concert for the bridge, in the bridge, for myself and the bridge and the people who were there at the moment. I really wanted to play again in this bridge. I've played with this theater, and it was quite hard to get in there again. I had to ask like the city, and like, yeah, it took a while to really be able to get in there, which made it in the end even better when we finally were able to get in there and do the recording. And the recording was also done quite quick. We only got 1 day from the city to record it. And yeah, we had to be sure and had to be well prepared and go in there and do it.
Okay.
Playing solo on stage is something quite new to me, and it's a huge challenge. I think it's also what this whole thing is about. It's just you there, and also as a reed player, you have like the endless possibilities because you can choose like from all the saxophones and all the clarinets, and like maybe you even play flute or some other strange instrument, and then with that you could do a solo with samplers and stuff, and maybe even play some keyboards and pads, and like some of the possibilities are endless to you. Like, what do you actually choose? What do you want to do when you play solo? And for me it was like really important to just not get too confused with too many options, and really just like have the bass clarinet there and me and myself and my bass clarinet.